Hello, welcome back to Women's Rules. We are today on episode 5.
Oh, how crazy.
Wow. I hope you've all been very well and you've been enjoying our podcast. We've had really great feedback so
hmm
far. We are just going to keep going. We're just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, we've got
So,
we've got plans all the way up to Christmas.
yeah. But today we are getting down with the fact that sometimes you are the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we're a victim to our own problems and
Yeah,
our own realities,
yeah,
and you don't have to be. You can turn that victim mentality into a power mentality.
yeah, absolutely. And I think we've all done it.
Uh-huh.
We've
Oh yeah.
all we've all done it. And I think some people don't realize they are in it until you kind of I'm not saying you need to grow to realize that you are using victim
Mhm.
mentality, but once you can take a step back and realize the bigger picture of situations,
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's kind of better.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is self-awareness. I've definitely did a lot of self-reflecting, self-awareness work. Just when I think back to where my life was
Hmm.
6 months ago,
Yeah.
I now have reflection because when one chapter closes, I do think it is so important to have a reflection on that. Whether you think it was the right thing or the wrong thing,
Hmm.
taking something away from it and not making it something that happened to you, something that happened for you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Exactly. And you are not what happened to you.
Yeah.
You get to decide what to do next. Like,
Mhm.
I think as human beings, we really like to dwell on
Mhm.
things.
Yeah. Why did that happen to me? And
Yeah.
how
Like,
could they do that to
I'm so
me?
unlucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, happens.
Yeah. But using that and being like, so yeah, totally. So that's where I was at with it. It was like, right, so what could I have done differently? Like, nobody's perfect. So
Yeah.
maybe I was part of the problem and I'm not going to be in the next situation that I'm in that could be revolving around these things.
Exactly. And that's what this is all about. It's about trying to break free from that and
hmm
empower leadership and how to recognize, what is victim mentality.
Yeah, because do you agree that once you have self awareness and you know where you went wrong, it's not to say that someone didn't do you wrong,
Hmm.
but nobody like there's maybe things you could have did differently or held yourself differently. And then I do believe that if you hold yourself to a different calibre, you will end up with people who are so on your level that you won't
Yes.
feel like, why did
Yes.
they do that to me? I
Yeah.
didn't deserve that because the people you surround yourself with just wouldn't do it because there's open communication. They've done self awareness work. They know how to hold themselves to a standard of a proper human,
Yeah.
that can
Exactly.
actually make something of themselves.
Exactly. And it's like, just to be clear on what victim mentality is,
hmm hmm
we're going to break it down for you just in case, so then you know the signs. If you feel like you are that person, or if a situation is happening,
You feel it's
you
been done to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you can try and retune, take a breath, and bring some self-awareness back to
Yeah.
you. So it's kind of like feeling powerless. It's nothing ever works out for me, like self-doubt, like I can't fix this.
hmm
Yes, you can.
100%.
Yes, you can. I suppose part of it is maybe lack of confidence, but
hmm
if you're looking at it in black and white, you have the ability to have the confidence to override the victim mentality.
Yeah, I think you can change the situation by how you approach it. Even
Yeah,
it's so different.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, I guess it's how people fall into
hmm
these situations. And I just think maybe the theme is like bad things keep happening to them.
hmm hmm
So I suppose, like, what do we say to them? People, they're like, oh, but this keeps happening. Like, I just have bad luck.
But I feel if you speak to yourself that way, then you will continue. It all comes back to things like, I know people will say like, "Oh, manifestation isn't real" and all that, but for me, like if you speak something like that, you'll speak it into existence. See, if you say
Exactly.
everything always works out for me,
Yeah.
you'll start to, your brain is wired to only notice how the things you produce and
Yeah.
the thoughts that you feel. So if you're constantly saying like everything just like totally works out for me, like I am so lucky, you'll notice little things like making the bus on time and
Yeah.
not being late,
Yeah.
or like going in and the person's already got your coffee order made
Yeah.
up. Like you just feel that wee bit extra gratitude, a wee bit extra lucky,
Yeah.
and then you start noticing it everywhere.
Exactly.
Just the same way as you do the opposite. You start noticing the unluckiness. I missed the bus. They didn't
Yeah.
have the coffee that I wanted. So then you're like, I'm so unlucky, I'm so unlucky. But if you, it's just a mindset shift and a
It
mindset
is.
change.
We're all about
We are, we are.
that.
That is generally all this self development and all that. That is generally all it comes down to.
It is. And I kind of think I've maybe been like that in the past and I've kind of missed out on opportunities. I
Hmm.
think a lot of it came down to I felt quite, well, I was very shy
Hmm.
and then I would be intimidated very easily. But I think maybe the people that were intimidating to me just wasn't complimenting
Hmm.
how I was, like how my energy was at the time. So, that kind of maybe shows that I just maybe wasn't with the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
Or also, it was maybe a me problem.
Yeah, so there's a quote, and it's like, am I intimidating, or are you just intimidated by me?"
Yeah,
And it's like, it is just one of those things. It's like,
yeah,
have you not done the self work to know that I'm not intimidating? You're just intimidated
exactly.
by me because you know you couldn't hold you. Don't get me wrong. People can be intimidating in a way that's not nice and
I
like,
think like mean
yeah, mean, yeah, yeah. That's not what I'm
bullies.
talking about. I'm
Yeah,
talking about you being intimidated by somebody you would almost look up to.
I, yes,
Yeah, and
because,
that's a thing.
and this is why I can get so passionate about it because I used to be that person, but it wasn't out of jealousy. It was out of like, how have they got there? How
Hmm.
have they, I mean, like the 16-year-old me, if I watched this back, I'd be like, how do I be like that?
Yeah, yeah.
So I really have been on the journey.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel
I
like,
think you've been quite like confident and
yeah,
like
I was going to say
your
I was the
whole,
intimidating one, I think.
yeah, and
People have
like
said to me,
I suppose like if we went to school together, like I would probably look at you and be like, oh, like look at her, like she's this, she's that. But I never said anything like that with haste.
hmm,
It'd be more like she's so lucky. Like, why am I the only mixed race person in my school? Like, because
that,
it came with
yeah,
a lot of just comments and
yeah,
that was constant, like, why do I look different to other people, especially where I grew up? Like, there were different ethnicities, but there wasn't a lot of us.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
immediately puts you out,
yeah, of course. I think,
outside the
I
box.
think that's something actually, like, I'm not mixed race, but I used to get branded as
Yeah.
mixed race, and I think I would have to come across this false confidence because like there was such a stigmatization
Hmm.
around being mixed race, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't want people to call me it because I would connect it to this negativity, like
Yeah.
bullying
Yeah.
mentality,
Yeah. Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
how you probably would have
Yeah.
felt. So
Yeah.
like I used to try and be like act as if I didn't care when people would say rude, nasty things like
Yeah.
racism.
Yeah.
It was awful,
Yeah.
even though I wasn't that, and I
Yeah.
used to actually feel the empathy for somebody who was.
Yeah.
I would be like, imagine I actually was, but
I know.
and then like that would how I would feel safe in it because I knew I wasn't. But
Yeah.
then my second response was going, imagine I actually was, but
I know.
imagine I was, and I would be feeling how like rubbish like, it makes my eyes water because I think like it's just ridiculous the way that at school like people would like go on and that you felt that way,
I did.
and I
I
actually
really
like
did.
just
My eyes are beginning to
but yeah because
water
I look at
now.
you and I just think you are Princess Jasmine, like
I
you're just
I'll
an
say
angel.
something right now. Okay. I'll tell you a story. I don't know if this is going on a tangent, and I will keep this in because I think it's such an important message. But I remember I was in middle school, and for if you don't know, I'm half Pakistani. I'm very proud of my heritage, but I had dark hair,
Beautiful
and I
features.
remember a boy who was like quite popular, good looking. I was opposite all of those things.
I doubt
And he
that.
looked at my arms and he was like, oh, you have such hairy arms.
Yep, I got that too.
I went home that day and I shaved
Shaved
my
them.
arms, and I've
Yeah,
shaved
yeah.
them
I've done it. Been there.
until now. Like, it doesn't bother me now, but
No,
I just think it's so sad. And like, guys, wasn't it wasn't like you didn't feel attractive.
no.
But then
I
all of a
know.
sudden, the Kardashians come in, Jennifer
Tell me
Lopez
about
comes
it.
in, changes everything.
I may as well have been mixed race because everything you've explained is what happened to me, literally. And I know I do look a bit foreign. Like, I've got the dark hair, the dark features, the like the mustache and all that I have to shave and wax every
We
week.
love
Like,
laser.
do you know what I mean? Like, I've got it too. Maybe
Yeah.
like to be fair, my dad is adopted, so I don't know if maybe
Yeah.
there is a heritage there that
Yeah.
like I maybe do have something because everybody always says to me like that. So I totally understand like
Yep.
where you're coming from. Obviously, like I didn't have the guilt that maybe you felt because it hit
Yeah.
you hard because you knew it was
Yeah.
like
Of
true
course, of
almost.
course.
And you
Yeah.
say that as if it's like a pure bad thing. It
Yeah.
isn't. It's just crazy.
So sorry for the tangent, but I just think it's a really important story. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think it would be easy for me to look back and think, because I did, I would be like, oh, like, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me.
Yeah, I'm the
And then,
problem. I'm not going to go to school. I'm not going to go to talk to boys. I'm not going
yeah,
to do anything. Nobody's going
guess
to
what?
like
I
me.
wish I didn't feel like that. Like, that's victim mentality. Like,
Yeah,
I'm the problem, I'm different.
for something that
Where,
you can't change.
yeah,
Like something that is just it's just one and it's like not a negative thing at all. It's just who you are.
yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
making it out to be yeah 100%. I totally understand like where you're coming from.
And I think that, as a knockback, was a stagnation in my personal growth
Hmm.
up until like quite a long time.
Yeah, because
Uh,
now you use it as strength, and I totally agree with
yeah,
you. Like people say to me all the time, like you look like a Kardashian, and that's the biggest compliment like ever.
yeah,
Like, and you use that
yeah.
like to like
Your
your
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but I actually love my features now.
yeah, me too.
I love being dark haired. I love being like that kind of Latina
Yeah,
way almost.
yeah.
Like it's
Red dress emoji.
yeah, yeah. That's how I feel. That is how I feel.
So it's like almost like what happened to me, I made like, well, what's possible
Mhm.
for me? Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
it's the asset that I have. And do you know what? The way maybe I have looked has helped me in quite a lot of ways in
Yeah.
life so far. So I'm so thankful. And I no longer have that victim mentality of like, oh, like, what can I do with this?
Like I've got like a big massive birthmark on my leg if anybody follows me on my personal Instagram or has seen it or whatever, and it's like two big massive countries. And I used to get like so slagged for it. Like, did somebody drop a kettle on you? Like blah blah blah. And do you know what? Actually, though, when I do think back, I wasn't even that like arsed by it at
No.
all. Actually, funny story. If my wee cousin's watching this, she'll actually laugh because I used to tell her because my big cousin's got a birthmark as well. I used to tell her if you didn't have a birthmark, you're an alien and you weren't actually a real human. And she used to
I
cry.
have birthmarks.
So you don't worry, you're a real human. Then she used to actually cry her eyes out and say like, "I'm not an alien," and I'm like, "Yeah." So yeah. Anyway, I think something like also as well that is quite triggering for people is when they go through a situation where they feel like it could be life changing, whether it's like a breakup, a friendship breakup, something within business, something within a workplace, or just like any situation that like makes you feel that kind of heightened of anxiety or
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortableness, like where your
Yeah.
life changes.
Yep.
I've had like quite a lot of that like recently, and I feel like I am that person that probably a lot of people have said to me like, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, how are you going to work this? Like, how are you going to do that? And like, I think they're quite surprised at my reaction. And it is because I've done self work. Like, I've done
Yeah.
all this like self awareness work, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh no, that didn't happen like to me. That happened for me.
Yeah.
Like, I have a vision of where I want to go, and I couldn't have completed that vision if these people in these circumstances and these situations were still around me and still in my life, and they're so close to me that you physically couldn't grow, you
Yeah.
know. So these changes and these circumstances happen, it happened for me because now I can complete my vision. I physically couldn't have done it when there's obstacles in the way. It's like it is genuinely like seeing something but seeing somebody building a brick wall in front of you. How are you breaking through that?
It's
It
resilience.
is, it's total resilience.
Yeah.
So breaking through that brick wall and then getting to the other side and you're like, right, well there's my vision again. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep working towards it.
Exactly. And you do a lot of journaling as
Mhm,
well and
mhm.
affirmations. And I think that's just so crucial to really understand what you want. As a human being in this life, you can do absolutely anything.
Yeah, I think it is so important to have a vision, and I think like that's definitely something like an episode I would like to put out to you guys to
100.
work out what a vision is and why you should have one.
Yes, absolutely. And it's maybe if you do feel like you are having this kind of victim mentality, it's maybe surround yourself with, people that, or message us.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
Give us a wee message. We'll just like
Voice
I'm a
note.
voice noter. We're both a voice noter. So yeah,
Yeah.
just give us a wee message because people do always say to us like, "How are you so positive?" Well, that's how we align. That's how we are friends because we just have a very similar mentality to things. Like even when like Jazz has a moan or I have a moan, like we don't really listen if that makes sense. And like unless you're like, no, like I really actually want to talk about this. It's just one of those things where it's like I'm going to do it and I'm going to have a rant about it, but we don't sit and engage in victim and like, hi, they're this and they're that. Because where is it going to get us? Like, where is it actually going to get us?
Sometimes you're like, my energy is whole, and then if one tiny thing has bothered me, and especially if we're filming or something, and it's got like a dent. I need to get it off my chest so it can become whole again.
Of course you do.
And it's like, it's amazing because we just say like, I need to say something. Okay, say it. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, I know I hate that too. I won't be like, oh, that person's this or this person's that, or you know what you should say. And no, it's just like, right, get it out there, move on from it, and let's not make like you a victim in this. Like it's just one thing that absolutely just don't align. And that's fine.
Exactly. So yeah, always feel free. Like we want to be a support network for you guys. So we are here. If you feel like you don't have anyone around you, there's two options. A, get better friends, or B, message us.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a wrap on episode 5. That was a good one.
Okay, loved this one. I love this one and I love episode 4 as well. And we love like recording this for you guys, and honestly like it's just been the most like what we've got coming and like what we've been doing, it's just been absolutely surreal. And we just can't wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.